health and having conversations with various people that are struggling. I know I've lost a few friends over the last 2 years through mental health, and I'm pushing it out so that people can become a lot more aware of mental health. What is mental health? Most people don't even know the definition of mental health. Would you like to know the definition? Well, you need to come to the course then, don't you? Alright, so mental health. People are struggling. We're in the COVID time period. People don't want to come out of the house. People are scared. People are watching the TV all the time. People are very, very suggestible to whatever they're being told. You can tell someone something and scare them to death. False expectation appearing real. It's all about the fear. Fear. But we're living in a feared society at the moment. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be cautious, but you shouldn't let the fear rule you, because the fear can make you very, very ill. So we need to be careful of that. Mental health first aid. What would you do if you came across someone that was struggling? How would you support them? How would you have that difficult conversation? Or would you say, oh, that person's got mental health problems? I'm a bit scared to talk to someone like that because I think they're mad. You might say something like, well, I don't know. If you're not aware, what do you say? How can you support these people that need help with mental health? How can you give them the reassurance they need? Would you know what to do when having that difficult conversation? Well, we'll train you to handle that difficult conversation. We'll train you to handle how to give the appropriate support. Is your organisation, have you got mental health first aiders in your organisation? That's the question. Have you? Have you got first aiders in your organisation? Are you a first aider? Well, mental health first aid is just as important as the physical aspects of first aid. Mental health of everybody is very important. We need to start thinking and becoming more aware of how we can provide our services out to other people with regards to mental health support. It's a very, very important subject area, and I'm sure that you're going to take this seriously. Get in touch if you want to upgrade any of your staff members on any mental health training and give them the support they need. Right, so okay, the other day we talked about, now what I want you to do is think about one experience. This is how powerful experiences are. I want you to think of one experience that is so powerful that it changed your life. I want you to consider one experience. The other day I asked you to make a journal, didn't I? I said make a journal and tell me 3 things you'd like to improve in your life. Well, I want you to think about one experience that has undoubtedly changed your thinking. What is it that has changed you? What is it that has changed your thinking in the past? You must have thought about something in a certain way, then you had this experience. You could probably call it an inspirational experience. What is it? What is it that you have inside you that has inspired you? You can comment in the box there if you want. What has inspired you? Now I'm going to relate one of my experiences that inspired me and taught me a lot. Although it appeared to be a negative experience at first, it taught me so much. So for me, travelling in a foreign country, a beggar comes up to me in the shop. I was out shopping. The beggar looks at me. Now beggars in different parts of different countries, I normally do give out. I'm a giver. I give my time out to people, and also I do give money out sometimes as well. There's nothing wrong with that. all right, to giving to the needy. If you've got something, you give it to the needy. That's what we do. So anyway, I looked at this guy and I said, look, I've given my money out. I'm not going to give you no money. I was waiting in the shop looking at him. He must have been about 6, 7 years old. He kept looking at me with his hand out like so. I says to him, I said, look, be on your way, because sometimes beggars, you know yourselves, if you've been to a foreign country, they can be like pests. And people have been racketeering with begging in different countries. And at that moment in time, I says, no, I'm not going to give nothing. So it was a little bit of a negativity for me, that experience. And he stood there, kept looking at me. He didn't say a word. I says, go on, get out of here. He wouldn't go. He wouldn't go. So I was out with family shopping, clothes shopping. You know what that's like. It can take a long time. Now this beggar stood there and kept looking. I even looked away from him. 10 minutes. He's still there. 20 minutes, he's still there. 30 minutes, he's still there. Yes, there was items being bought from the shop. 45 minutes, he's still there with his hand out, looking at me. I started to look at him and wonder. I'm sure you've all wondered before. We all wonder, don't we, when something happens. I was looking at him and I was wondering, wow, this man has, or this young boy has some serious resilience. He has taught me something. He has not said anything to me, but he has taught me something. He has taught me about the quality of resilience and the power of non-verbal body language. That is so